A local radio legend is retiring. Dave Kane announced yesterday that Friday will be the last day for his show on WCMF after 40 years. But there's a chance it might not be the last time listeners will hear his voice. Kane-O joins us live this morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me on this morning. I hope I don't scare your listeners.
Oh, stop
your
it.
Viewers. I have listeners, you have viewers.
Yes. It's such an honor and a pleasure to be talking to you this morning. And for starters, I want to congratulate you on 40 years on the airwaves.
Thank you very much. It's been one heck of a ride.
And you sure you want to hang it up?
Is anybody ever sure of anything? But yeah, the answer is yes. It wasn't even something that I was thinking about 6 months ago, but you know, things change, and by Christmas time I had made the decision to get to my 40th anniversary. Yeah. And then after that, all bets were off.
Yeah. I know this isn't home from you. You're originally from Brooklyn, right?
No, I want to correct you. This is home for me.
This is home now.
I spent my formative years growing up in Brooklyn, but I've been up here a lot longer than there, and I consider myself a Rochesterian, and I'm proud to do so. Yeah,
so you'll be here.
I'm not going anywhere.
Not going anywhere. Will we?
Restraining orders, other restrictions. Yeah.
You're welcome here anytime. Now, will we hear your voice again?
Well, here's the thing. Yeah, the short answer is most probably. My great local managers have told me when I gave them the news that the proverbial door is always open if I want to come back to do anything. Which was great because that hadn't even been on my mind. Mm-hmm. But it seems very natural because for 40 years I've hosted Alice's Restaurant on Thanksgiving, and I've had my Sunday Breakfast with the Beatles show for more than 20 years. Those are things I really enjoy doing, and there doesn't seem to be any major obstacle in me continuing to do that. Although the Beatles wouldn't be right away. I got to try this retirement thing first.
Yeah, give that a try. All right, so you've been doing this for many years. A lot of people, they know your name. They know your voice. What are you going to miss most about your time on air with CMF?
Well, it's something that I've been missing for the last year because I've been broadcasting with rare exception from my home since late last March, and that daily interaction with my friends, you know, the listeners. And we have over 40 years, you can form one heck of a unique bond. And that's what I have missed, which is why I'm so tickled to be able to be in the studio all this week for my final shows and get back in touch with my longtime loyal friends. And it's just been wonderful. It's like a reunion. Yeah. And I will miss that the most. That and then the other thing I miss on a day-to-day basis are my wonderful coworkers in the High Falls, because it literally is like family. I know it's a cliche, but it is true. And separating from them permanently is going to be that much easier, only because I haven't seen them on a regular basis for the last year. Yeah,
we can relate over here how that feels as well. We were taking a stroll down memory lane, looking at some photos earlier on, one with Phil Collins. Just over the years, any favorite moments of artists that you got to chat with and interview and just hang out with?
You know, there have been so many, and of those so many over the last 4 decades, very few of them have been unpleasant or did I regret inviting them on the show. But every time I talked to a musician, whether they were up and coming or firmly established, I was always just thrilled. Because again, this is not something I ever anticipated when I was a teenager listening to those bands. Yeah, gee, one day I might interview them. But it's just, you know, it was just awesome every time. And then the more I would talk with certain people, like, you know, I became friendly with Joe Perry from Aerosmith simply because we talked on the phone so many times. So every single one was unique and fun and thrilling.
Yeah, I've never met a rocker I didn't like, and I can thank our executive producer, Mike DeGiorgio, for that, because we've had guests in here
He's a rocker, that Mike DeGiorgio.
Yes. You've seen so much over the years, the music, maybe perhaps it's changed a little bit. Just describe a bit how the music industry, in terms of rock and roll, that genre, has changed or morphed and transformed over the years.
Well, for the last bunch of years, you know, the most popular music formats in the country have been country and hip hop. Rock and roll has always maintained its place, a respectable place, but I wouldn't say that it's fallen out of fashion. I'm just saying that there are so many more options and so many more ways to consume music, whether you stream it or whether you download it or whether you still listen to albums or listen to the radio. But radio is not the only choice. And there also, although there are a great many rock and roll bands, none of them seem to have the legs or the reach that the bands that we feature from decades ago still do, which is not to say that there aren't bands. There are plenty. It's just that rock and roll has changed, and the music that we play captured a particular era, and that has not been recreated since. And there's still a great fondness for that music.
Yeah, the classics.
Sadly, you know, the people that radio caters to, you know, people my age, we've aged out, and they are, you know, entertaining younger demos. So you're going to, you know, you end up hearing in general less of the classic rock and more current things.
Yeah. Any final words as we close out here? Friday is your last day. You're going to be signing off, but you might be back. What do you want to say to What do you want to say to any of your listeners or viewers who are watching this morning?
Thank you. It has been my great privilege, and it has just been so much fun to be able to stay on the radio in one place for 40 years and get to a different level with the listeners than just, calling in for a contest or whatever. I've been able to be out in the community and be seen and be part of the community and have people come up to me with all kinds of kind words and things. So thank you very much.
Well, I know you will be missed by many. Job well done. Congratulations again, and rock on forever.
Thank you very much. Been my pleasure.
Thank you so much for your time this morning. Wish you all the best. All right.